Today we have Wanda Petty, a retired U.S. Army veteran and as also known as Sistah Soldier, President, CEO of She Vet Inspire. And we also have Marilyn, Wyche, a U.S. Army veteran and a survivor of police brutality. Today's discussion will be mental health accountability and COVID-19 benefits. Marilyn is a survivor of police brutality, and she stands strong to share her story. She's passionate about providing veterans with viable information to obtain their disability ratings and benefits. Welcome, 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 Sister Soldier. I am always pleased to have a conversation with you. You are doing a wonderful job out there and pushing for the rights of our women veterans as well as veterans in general. So you can open up and tell us a little bit about today's topic.
Well, hello there, sir. I just wanted to say hi, first of all. And it's a pleasure to be here. Glad to have Marilyn here with us today.
Yes.
I really just wanted to just kind of touch on the areas of people, of individuals who may have felt a setback from the incidents that happened this week at Fort Hood. Mm-hmm. We all know that there was a big discovery in a command being relieved in reference not to trying to cover up many murders and just sexual assaults and different things of that nature in command. And it brought me back to really think about some of the things that I had experienced, and I began to wonder how many of our veterans and family members were really kind of taken aback by, just thrown back into the past because of what was revealed from everything this week. And so I really started wondering, okay, how can we assist them on top of everything else that's going on with the unemployment rate and people not having jobs, and now also dealing with mental, setbacks from having hardships in the service or not receiving their benefits, and how all of this is really taking place along with COVID. And so I was in a conversation with Marilyn, and we began to talk about some of the benefits that are coming up with COVID. So we're going to talk about that, on how vets can apply for some benefits that they may not be aware of due to some changes. But we're also going to talk about that although that one discovery happened at Fort Hood, that I can attest that I'm sure there'll be more from this. So I'm really grateful that this has taken place, because now it's going to give some more insight on things that have been covered up for years in other areas. And one of those areas is mental health, and how service members are being affected mentally from those things, and it's been ignored, or something that had happened to them physically that they had to deal with, which has caused them a mental. So that's our topic today.
Yes. One other thing, Sister Soldier, another historic thing that happened this week was the Supreme Court, made a decision about the statute of limitations on bringing forward sexual assault and rape cases. And they said prior to 2008, I believe, that the cases could still be brought forward, which is a historic jump forward. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just another thing to add on, because most people, it's kind of like the Me Too movement. Yes, there should be a statute of limitation, but it still doesn't equate to the effect that it has on the individual, and how they have it has marinated in their body, in their life, and showed up in their work and in their performance, in their ways of being, and still haven't really been able to find relief from that. And so, it's just we're just going to kind of talk about those things today. So I want Marilyn to really share.
Okay, Marilyn, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yes, I am a U.S. Army combat medic and LPN. So, first of all, what Wanda said, I was molested in AIT, or Advanced Individual Training, at Fort Lee, Virginia, by the emergency room doctor.
Okay.
I say that because I've also was assaulted in 2011 at the Washington, D.C. Veterans Affairs Medical Center in the PTSD clinic by two white male cops. And they were never prosecuted. Now, I have PTSD MST. Even now, if I go to the emergency room and I'm in a crisis and the officers are called, I still get slammed against the wall. I still get pinned against the wall. I still get tickets. Even though they throw the tickets out, but they just have to go through the tickets. I've had doctors hollering and spitting in my face like the drill sergeants get in your face in basic training. The doctors and them are not held accountable. I got 2-year behavioral plan. All I did was ask for a female to do my chest X-ray, and she said that I couldn't have that service and tried to discharge me. But when I wanted to speak to the director of the ER, that's when she got in my face. You will get out, because she hollered told me to get out. And I said no. And then she said, you will do as I say. But she was nose to nose with me, spitting in my face like the drill sergeant. But I got a $268, I believe it was, disorderly conduct ticket, which they threw out once I showed up in court. Then like I said, the officers, when they come to us because we are in crises or like, we upset. So they'll come and get us, slam us against the wall. I'm still getting abused. But who am I going to tell? They said there was no wrongdoing of their officers when the officer grabbed me in my breast and threw me on the ground and banged my head on the floor, twisting my neck, putting their knees in their back, snatching me off the floor, slamming me against the wall, and threatening to charge me with assault on a police officer. So even after that, and
Marilyn, can you share with us how you feel that the doctors and people from other areas should be accountable in those areas for things like that?
Well, they should be either charged with assault or taken out of their job. But this lady was an attendant in the ER. So, and then because of and I look at the police assault as a form of domestic violence, just as me. So the VA needs to join band with Fort Hood and see how we can fix this in the VA community. Because right now, if I'd rather commit suicide than to go in the VA and ask help for my PTSD symptoms, because you never get over it. I'm scared of the police. I'm scared of them to death. But they, like she said, that's what needs to be done. They really need to lose their jobs or be on without pay, investigation without pay. Because I figure if they start making it so they can't pay their mortgage, their car note, or take care of their family, that's what'll change this. But they know they can't be touched.
Yeah. So what do you think you can do to fix something like that? Because we've been hearing these stories, again and again,
right.
About this, and
right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I'm thinking that is what really needs to happen is like the VA needs to be more aware, and start. I believe that someone else is going to open up an investigation because of other conversations that's going to be happening. So just like the commands have now been discovered, then now also it's going to open up other doors where other areas that have been neglected and ignored for treating people in such manners as which Marilyn has been treated in, that is also going to be another Pandora open, you know. And so my thought for this topic today is to comfort those who may be experiencing that, but also let them know that they're not forgotten. They're not forgotten, and that there are benefits. I wanted to disclose or share the opportunity for them to be able to understand some of the benefits that are available for them if they are suffering from some of these injuries and the situation is not resolved. So we have a webinar that we'll be talking about and sharing some information on how they can apply for their benefits, and we're going to hold that roughly probably about towards the end of December. So I just wanted to kind of share that, because I know that even in this pandemic, without having employment and also having some form of a disability and maybe a mental area because of everything that has happened to them in the past, that it could be kind of tough without having the finances. But if they are able to apply for their benefits, that could soothe a lot of that. So this is how it's all really just kind of tying in. It just reminds me of how someone can be set back because of a situation like that and stunted.
Okay. What type of benefits? Okay. Mm-hmm.
On what she was saying about your question you asked about what can be done or what it's going to take, it's going to take the same thing that it did at Fort Hood. A lot of people got to get a lot of, like with the young lady, she died. So it's going to take a lot of tragedies for them, and it's sad to say, to get to where they're just getting for Fort Hood. A whole lot of soldiers did not have to commit suicide to get this far out, and there are a whole lot of shouldn't have to be in the cemetery. So tragedy shouldn't make changes, but that's what bring awareness. That will bring people listening. We talking now. So, and also in these rape incidents, and when a lot of people are filing for benefits for PTSD or the military sexual trauma, there's an important piece of the claim that's never asked. Were you injured during this trauma?
Okay.
So that needs to change. But I'm working on it. I ain't but one person.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Because you would think that would be the first question you'd ask, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And a lot of and veterans don't put it together until you really take the time and talk to them. And they'll tell you, during the assault, when I was thrown down, my back was hurting me, twist my knee, you know. So these are also associated with the assault, and they should be entered into when you found the claim for the actual assault and the PTSD.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, that's a very good viewpoint, and I hope that they listen to that and bring that on board. We're running down on time, so Sister Soldier, you were mentioning a webinar at the end of December. How can people find out about that? Is there a place they can...
So they will be able to go to shesociety.org. shevoices.org.
Okay.
And they'll be able to... There's a 20-page download that Marilyn has provided for the COVID benefits that the VA has in place for veterans also, how it may have affected their claim, and their family members can be aware of it. But they'll be able to also find information on that.
Okay.
Can I also take 2 minutes to say that? Because that's the current thing that's going on.
Oh, we got 1 minute left. But
give me that. Give me that right quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, with COVID-19, if you are a veteran and you're service-connected for cancer, kidney disease, COPD, heart, any type of respiratory and type 2 diabetes, you're service-connected, and you test positive for COVID, you can file a claim for COVID-19 as a secondary condition to the current one. If your family is required for DIC, if you pass away from COVID, your you can get the disability immunity compensation from Veterans Affairs as a result of the death of your COVID.
Oh, fantastic information, because I've been doing a lot. I'm actually helping with the mass vaccination team for Illinois right now. And one of the things that I'm really concerned about is the comorbidity. So you have chronic medical conditions that affect your blood vessels, and so does COVID-19. So there is an association, it seems, there. So that's really good to know that they are sort of recognizing that chronic disease component and having COVID-19. So we really have to look at that. Okay, well, thank you very much. I really want people to go to shevoices.org and find out about this webinar. I will be in attendance, too, because I think it sounds like a really important topic